What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And this one I want to break down something very important about the markets, give you guys more analysis of Tesla and SPY. And then also I'm going to break down and answer the question, is the market about to pull back? I'm going to give you guys a very, very good way of kind of looking for this. I'm going to talk about some very important levels to watch for and also something very important about this YouTube channel. But before I break into all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed up to 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyways, when it comes to the way the market is looking right now, you guys can see that Tesla looks bullish right now. It's on this very, very nice uptrend. Now, could Tesla pull back a little bit and then start pushing back up towards this resistance? I think that's most likely what's going to happen. As you guys know, Tesla had this interesting pattern where we kind of like pull back, then pump, pull back, then pump, pull back, then pump, pull back, then pump. And it just happened almost every single day of the week. Look at this right here on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We kind of like pulled back here. Thursday had a little pullback and then a consolidation day. Friday had this gap up, a dump, and then a pump again. So I think Tesla will follow the trend where we kind of like drop a little bit, then push back up to this liquidity zone up here in this 195 zone. So I think Tesla could push up more. I also think that SPY looks bullish, but the question is, what about the crash? What about the pullback? And let me first say a couple of things about that. As a trader, I'm a person that trades every single day. And a lesson I learned is the importance of patience. I cannot stress that enough. And not just patience, but also confirmation, especially when you're trading. You don't want to just start shorting SPY for no reason, right? Maybe some people start shorting SPY because they have insider information, especially when you're looking at order flow, but you don't want to just randomly short for no reason. You want to have a reason to do it, and oftentimes you want to have confirmation to do it. Maybe not every single time, but oftentimes you do. And let me give you guys more context about what I'm saying. So let's talk about SPY, because remember, the way Tesla moves, it tends to be dictated by SPY and the QQQ, right? They've been pumping, and Tesla's now starting to play a game of catch up. Why was Tesla Why was Tesla underperforming for quite some time? It's because Tesla got some bad news that got in the way for Tesla performing with SPY and the QQQ. Otherwise, Tesla would have been up so much more. What was the bad news? Well, there's a lot of fear about the macroeconomic environment when it comes to Tesla. Tesla had the news coming out with deliveries. That's kind of like what started this, and more bad news about price cuts, and the list goes on, guys. It's just been madness for the last few months. But for the last week, we've been getting some good news, especially because Tesla's going to open their Gigafactory in Berlin again and resume with production. But despite that, let me just find this part. Tesla does tend to move with SPY. You guys can see they're moving very similar with one another, but then Tesla started dumping a bit, underperforming, which is why this price-price ratio dropped before Tesla's now trying to play a game of catch-up. So that's what's been happening with SPY and Tesla. With the QQQ, they were moving very similarly, both on this nice uptrend. They came down, pushed up together, came down, and they were both following a nice trend until this year started. Tesla started underperforming. It's been very bad for Tesla so far, but now Tesla's trying to bounce with the QQQ. So my point is the market still affects Tesla. If the market were to get a crash, Tesla would fall with the market. We could all agree on that. But the question is, will SPY get a crash? Is SPY going to pull back? And the answer is very simple. Right now, the charts does not show that. There's no confirmation of a crash. Now, I know you might be watching other YouTubers. I don't want to call anyone out, but I just want to mention this in general. You have to know that a lot of people make money on YouTube by getting more views, more clicks. And they do this by trying to get as many people to watch their videos by saying something outrageous. And a lot of these YouTubers keep screaming, the market's going to crash. There's a big crash coming. Look at their track records. Many of them have been calling a crash for months. And if they keep saying it and saying it and saying it, eventually they're going to be right. What do I think is going to happen? Here's my answer. I think there's going to be a pullback coming eventually. I think so. I agree. But I don't see it happening yet. I don't see any confirmation of this. Yes, SPY has a daily, triple bearish divergence on the RSI. Sure. Could SPY pull back? Yes. but I don't know what the catalyst is going to be. I don't know if it's going to be CPI coming out this Tuesday that causes it. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe CPI is decent because the trend has been pretty decent for all items, less food and energy. So core CPI has been decent on a downtrend. CPI for all items we're not as sure about, but I don't know what the catalyst is going to be. And as a trader, I'm not going to BS and pretend I know what it's going to be. I think the market will pull back soon. I think it will. I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, it will, most likely. But I don't know exactly when. I don't know how high SPY is going to go because there's no confirmation yet that we're pulling back. There's no confirmation the top is in. And going back to other YouTubers, a lot of them are trying to get your attention. They're going to post videos about the crash that's coming every single day for weeks, even when the market keeps going higher. But then when they keep saying that, retail who've been shorting the market may be joining the trend, trying to short. I've been showing you guys high puts to call ratios on SPY. Retail are part of the ones who have been shorting. And what's happening is we're starting to see a shift in sentiment. Retail are starting to turn more greedy now. They're starting to shift, and this is generally when the market gets ready to top. Now, we could be in extreme greed for a couple of weeks. SPY could push for another week or 2 weeks. There's no sign we're done yet. Okay? In fact, the chart looks bullish. We're still pushing. Who's to say SPY doesn't go up to 503 or even 505, even 510 before we get some kind of pullback? We don't know. So why pretend that we do know? The best thing to do is watch the chart and see how it goes. I don't know where the top is going to be, guys. If it breaks 501, I'm going to be looking for the next move up. We still look bullish because the trend is still favoring the bulls. But I think eventually it will pull back. We just don't see confirmation yet. To know if it's going to pull back, you have to watch it. Do we get a rejection? Then do we establish a lower high and then start switching directions? It's very simple. What is the direction on SPY? It's up. We're going up and up and up, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. We're going up. We're going to start going down soon, but we're not seeing it going down yet. It's been going up for weeks and weeks and weeks, right? It's still strong. So we're not ready for the pullback yet. Is the crash going to happen? I don't see a crash, guys. I don't see like a true crash. I think the market could get a correction, a very healthy correction / pullback. I think it could happen, and I think it will happen. We're going to get a pullback, but I don't see confirmation of it yet. I don't think we're ready to do it yet. So don't just start blindly assuming it's going to happen. That's like the best thing I could tell you right now. And going back to YouTube, on my channel, I provide free content, and I want to provide value to everyone. I don't sell courses. I don't have some kind of Discord. I don't have like a program for you to buy. I'm not selling anything. I don't try to sell things. I have like shirts on the bottom just like for fun if you guys are interested, but that's optional, right? It's just something on the side because people gave me ideas to do that, so I said why not. Besides that, I only make a few $1,000s off YouTube per month. It's very, very minor amounts of money. You guys can see my views on my channel. I don't get 10,000, 20,000 views a day. I only get a few thousand. I'm not the one that's, getting all the clicks by screaming about some kind of crash. Those are other YouTubers. But who's been more accurate? Just ask yourselves a question. Me, I've been the guy who's been saying Tesla might pump soon, SPY might pump soon from this reversal trend, and we've been pumping. I also had some plays I called out. I told you that we had a cup and handle on Nvda. That panned out. We got a breakout. Remember that cup and handle? I think it looks a little bit better on TradingView if I just show it to you. I told you there's going to be a cup and handle on Nvda. This played out nicely. Very, very nice looking setup. Right? This played out. I told you to watch for the break. If you break, it's going to push. And that's what happened. I also called out Google for the week. I told you that Google, if it breaks above 146, watch 150. It already reached 150. If it keeps holding 150, we're going to be filling the gap to 153 very soon. Very easy. Coinbase may pump up approaching its earnings. So far, it's holding up nicely. We're going to be looking for another continuation. Still looks bullish, right? Amazon, we talked about a potential breakout that's coming a nice bounce off this 20 EMA, right? Nice bounce came. It's pushing up to 175. And then I also want to call out Aapl. Now on Aapl, I was thinking that there's a head and shoulder, so I told you to be very careful. But we got this little pop and then drop, which is a sign of weakness. But we're still kind of like range bound, like I said yesterday. So we're going to be watching to see if we get a break. If we lose 188 on Aapl, we turn bearish. If we break 190, we could turn bullish. We have a head and shoulders, which suggests that this thing could drop, but there's no confirmation yet. So we just have to wait and see. But anyways, the bottom line is, okay, Apple is the epitome of how we should be going about our trades, at least during a lot of situations. Not always, but during a lot of them. I'm going to be watching for a break here to truly see this thing break down because it's been range bound for the last 5 days. And once we break this, we start sinking, right? That's what you're going to be watching for. If we don't break it, if we break above 190, we could turn bullish. But I think this does favor that it could drop, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to have to wait and see. So will there be a pullback? I think so, yes. Do I know what's going to cause it? No. Do I know when it's going to start? No, I don't know, guys. I don't know exactly when it's going to start. The charts do suggest a pullback will come when you look at the daily on SPY. We just don't know exactly when. I don't know if it's going to be CPI or not. So I'm not going to lie to you and just BS things. I just want to be as honest as possible. I am not a true bull. I'm not a true bear. Okay? I just read the charts. That's like one of the most important quotes I've ever said. If the chart looks bullish one day, I'll tell you it looks bullish. If it looks bearish, I'll tell you it looks bearish. That's the best thing I could possibly do on this channel. Now, we reached the psychological 500 on SPY. We'll see how well it holds. It does look like it could push more. We still look very strong. So with that being said, we could keep going. There's no sign we're done yet. And we might not just reverse as soon as Monday. We could just continue to hold up. But later on, whether it's CPI or after something else, SPY could reverse, and it will reverse eventually. I believe it will. We just don't know yet. So that being said, I think Tesla could push more. And when it comes to my analysis, I try to be as honest as possible. I'm not here to make, millions off YouTube. I don't make close to that. I simply just want to provide as much free value as possible. And I trade on the side. I run another business as well. That's what I do. And I just want the best for everyone. So the next time you go on YouTube, be careful. Be careful. There could be someone who keeps screaming the market's going to crash. They could be wrong weeks and weeks in a row. And then finally, if they're like the boy who cried wolf, eventually they will be right. Eventually they're going to be right. If they keep saying it's going to drop, it's going to eventually happen. But do you want to listen to someone like that? Or do you want to listen to someone that tries to be more unbiased about their analysis? The choice is yours. That's up to you to decide. But always be aware of what a person's bias is when they try to give a speech or tell you anything. Be aware of what their intentions are and make sure to understand that very, very well. My intentions are not to sell courses, to sell much stuff. I'm not even trying to do that. My intention is to simply just give back to the community because I feel like I've been given a lot being born in the USA and growing up the way I did. And I just want to help as many people as possible. YouTube is just a side hustle as well for me. I do make some money off of it, but it's very minor amounts of money. As you can see, I don't get 10,000, 20,000 views a day. And I'm not really trying extremely hard to just solely get millions and millions of views. I'm okay with just slowly growing this community, and I just want the best for everyone. So with that being said, every day I'm trying to grow and improve my content. And just know when it comes to the way you go about trades sometimes you could be completely uncertain about what exactly the market will do. When you feel that way, zoom out and wait. That's one of the best things to do. Don't just jump into a trade for no reason. You want to wait until you get some confirmation. That's like the most simple way I could say it. So in SPY's case, I'm going to wait and see if we see a change in direction. Do we start making lower highs and lower lows? Do we get a big rejection? We haven't done it yet, so there's no reason for me to turn super, super bearish yet. I could change my view if we get a catalyst, but we don't have it yet. Okay? So that being said, I hope this video was valuable. I went over some of my plays and some of my projections for a couple of tickers out there. And always remember, be careful who you are listening to. Some of the people you're listening to could end up telling you the wrong things. They could tell you things that just benefit their own selves to get themselves more views. And I just want to be honest with you. That's what happens, right? I never called anyone out. I'm just saying the truth. Okay? So please do what's best for your own self. I'm going to continue to give you guys as much free content as possible. I appreciate the community. I want to help you guys. Let's grow together and let's continue to do what we're doing. I really enjoy the work I do. I love it. And I hope that you guys find value in what I do. And I hope you guys find things that you love. I hope you guys find interests and you guys just have great lives. That's what I want for the community. Thank you for listening. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. We have a lot of great stuff coming this weekend. We have Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be very exciting, very, very fun. Do what you have to do, and I'll see you guys very soon. So thank you so much again. Enjoy the weekend. Take care, and don't forget some of the things I said on this channel. I gave you guys my answers, and we'll just have to be very patient from this point on. Thank you again, and peace out.